This grilling season, don't just fire up the barbecue. Elevate it with meats from around the globe, delivered straight to your door by the Butcher Shoppe Direct. They're not your average butcher. Butcher Shoppe Direct sources premium cuts from over 5 continents: Argentina, Japan, New Zealand, Spain, the US, and right here in Canada. Whether it's a tomahawk steak from Australia or melt in your mouth Wagyu from Japan, they bring the world's best to your backyard. And here's the game changer. Every order is cut fresh on the day of delivery. No sitting in a freezer, no guesswork, just top quality meat, expertly prepared and grilled ready. Planning a cookout? Check out their handcrafted burger patties and small batch sausages, perfect for taking your barbecue from good to unforgettable. And right now, you can save 15% off of your first order. Just visit butchershopdirect.com and use promo code EatingWild15 at checkout. Plus, get free delivery on all orders over $250. That's EatingWild15 to save, and free delivery when you stock up. Butcher Shoppe Direct. Premium, fresh, delivered. Morning, guys. We're here at the check-in. We're joined by the unified champ, Cody Chovancek. What's happening, Cody? Thanks for coming out today and hanging out.
Good to be here, brother.
Helping out with E-Dub today. Cody is, listen, man, if you haven't seen this guy in the ring, well, you got a problem because he's popping. We got Contender Series coming up in a few weeks.
3 weeks.
But he actually came down today. This guy's the best fisherman in MMA. Championship Sunday. Let's go. Cody, what's your prediction, bro? You've been seeing these bags that have been coming in. You personally have not fished these waters before, but you've been hearing a lot of things. Predictions, man. You got Johnson's 1, you got Bickle 2. What's happening?
I think the Big 30's coming in today. You know, they got 29 pounds the first day. I think they're gonna get a 30-pound bag today.
Yeah,
the wind looks like it's gonna settle. Nice little chop on the water though. It's always good for fishing, so it's gonna be a good day. 20 boats out there, $50,000 grand prize. That is crazy.
50 G's, man. I got to tell you, so, you know, you came in hot last night and, you know, we're talking to people already about what's going on. What's it like for you as an angler if you were competing for 50 G's, but you know that you have a tough roadblock ahead of you, like the Johnson brothers, like the Bickles, like the Joeys, and what would be your game plan in weather like this? Would you run and gun out to the big lake, or would you stay in the river?
I have no clue, to be honest. I've never fished this fishery before, but I'm probably to go to the river just from what I've heard before and watching the lead series when they come here before. It seems like
the river
lot of
pops.
guys spend a lot of time in the river. So,
well, listen, man, we're gonna hang out here. Guys are gonna be checking in shortly. It's a beautiful morning. We're gonna help get these guys fed and hydrated, and then we're gonna head out to the stage. We're gonna be doing a live today from 12 to 2. Weigh-ins will be at 3 p.m. Somebody's gonna be crowned the CISA Kingston Open champion and get that huge check for 50 G's. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back, guys. Championship Sunday. We are sitting. I got my co-host with me, Cody the Champ Chovancek. Cody, what's going on, buddy?
happy to be here, bro. Championship Sunday, you know. Who's taking home that 50 G's? And we're sitting here with Big Jim McLaughlin, a legend in the game.
The legend in the game, Big Jim McLaughlin. Thank you for taking the time to sit down with the Eating Wild podcast.
My pleasure, but I get excited yesterday when you asked me.
Yeah.
I had to set the alarm to get up a little earlier. I was still up at 5. But
yeah, come on, man. You're up at 5 all the time. You still got the fishing blood in you or what?
Oh, it's there.
It's there, no matter what. Well, listen, this is the CISA Kingston Open. You are one of the pioneers in the fishing industry. We'll touch on that in a second, but first I'd like to get your take on what's happening here. This is probably the first time in Canada that there's such a humongous stacked card out there. Canada's making waves in the fishing world with the Johnson brothers, Coops, You got Joey's out there. You got huge names. In your opinion, what's it like to be here right now and witness this all?
Well, I think this is just fantastic. Like when Joe talked to me about this about a year ago, was the first time he gave me the old "shh, don't tell anybody," type thing, and he called me, and I thought to myself, wow, if he gets this going, because when he first talked to me, he said, I'm not going to do this. It'll take a couple of years, and then all of a sudden, boom, he phones me and says, hey, it's happening. So he got it together. But when I saw it, like an hour from now, this place would be filled with all the vendors. The park will be full. The whole thing, like we've got the live going. And I just think this is really cool because it eventually happened in Canada now that we have live fishing. I think this is the first time.
This is the first time, yeah.
Where you've seen this. But man, oh man, $50K?
Crazy money.
That's a lot of money.
Life-changing money right there.
Life-changing money. And like we said, day one, we had 29.8 with the Johnson brothers.
Wow.
And let's just talk quickly about this fishery here. Kingston, Ontario, they have been rumored, actually not even a rumor, people have been saying it. This is the best smallmouth fishery in Canada, if not the world.
Yeah, it seems that every time, like this year, there's been 10 or 11 major tournaments throughout the water here, the St. Lawrence and here.
Right.
And like when I say major, I mean Major League Fishing, Bassmasters, the National Professional Fishing League. There's
Top of the line.
Yeah, we're not talking about the 50 clubbies that have been held up and down the river. There's a lot of tournaments held out of Quebec that use it, and it just keeps putting out fish. A buddy of mine said to me, "Oh, it won't be good here." I said, "Why?" He said, "Because there's been too many people here." I said, "Have you looked at the water? How big it is? You can't bother all the fish."
Oh my God.
You can't bother all these fish.
Have you ever had a chance to fish it yourself, Jim?
Oh yeah, because I live a half hour away from here.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I actually, it's really cool. I've talked about this often. When I lived over in by Brockville, and I was still fishing, I was just at the end of fishing tournaments, and I was guiding a lot in the St. Lawrence for the resorts over there. And you went out, if a guy had an 18-pound bag, because there used to be six fish, they always wanted to count them and pretend that they were in a tournament, whatever. The odd guy would get 18, 19 pounds.
Wow.
For 6 fish. These fish were not here. They hadn't grown yet. The water warmed up. There's been, I think Bruce Tuff's told me there's been a 3/4 degree rise in water temperature over the last 20 years. You don't realize how huge that is. The fish spawn earlier. The babies get to grow bigger. It's warmer in the fall. They feed longer. They get bigger. You got the gobies. I mean, that's the deal. I mean, everybody's watched them eating them. I've watched smallmouth swim along the water and they just tilt up on a 45 and it's just eating them. It's like going to the buffet and putting the sausages on the plate.
Oh my God.
It's like too easy. But I watched these fish, and then after a couple of years, they were catching 3.5, 4 pounders often. Then we started getting the odd 5. Then Bassmasters came, and boom, it was that first tournament that they held, and everybody came in with like 25 pounds the first day, and
that's crazy.
The world knew.
It's great. It's great to hear that a fishery's growing too. We hear it so often the other way. Like I hear it all the time from guys. Oh, a fishery's on the decline, but this one's really exploded, right?
No, exactly. It's monster. I mean, like I said, I remember years ago fishing in a tournament in Aurelia, and I got a smallmouth on the third day that was like 585 or something.
Yeah. And
Aurelia went nuts. Someone caught a 6 pound, almost a 6 pound smallmouth.
Wow.
You bring a 6 pound smallmouth in here, that's a good one.
That's a good, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Though it's true. It's just completely changed in what it is. The fish are just getting bigger by the day. We were chatting yesterday, and I said, like, if somebody was to weigh a 9 pounder, because there's been 2 caught from the American side in recent years, like
wow.
Verified. If like they're just over, but they're over. That's what counts, eh?
Incredible.
Yeah.
And we were talking to Cooper this morning at the launch when he was checking in, and he looked at us and said, I'm going to need 32 pounds today. And when you think about that, especially himself, that's not out of the question. I mean, 32 is a huge bag.
It's been done.
It's been done, right? So I think as far as a world-class fishery, I think CISA picked the right spot. I think this venue's been great. I think everyone's been doing a great job. But you were up on the lives yesterday and today. And what have you seen out there? Are guys getting fish consistently, or has it been spread out? Because Johnsons were on the stage yesterday, and they set up until 1 o'clock. They only had a few fish.
Yeah.
They marked their fish a little bit later. And I'm just curious, you fish this body of water a lot. does the weather and obviously the winds and everything play a huge factor on this big body?
Well, if you get into the river, everybody knows when east wind blows, which it did yesterday, and it changed late in the day. But generally the bite does happen in the afternoon. It's not that you can't go out and wreck them in the morning, but generally it happens in the afternoon, as you saw yesterday. But I heard Chris say the other day, he said, they only caught, he said, I think 10 or 11 fish all day.
Right.
But they know where to fish things that are conducive to big fish. Not the secret spot or nothing. They just fish structures and things that are conducive to big fish. And that's, once you learn to do that. And then there's another thing with the wind yesterday. Guy said, the guys aren't going to be able to do what they want. I said, yeah, the vast majority won't. But I said, kids like the Johnsons, they have an ability to fish in waves like that, to stand in a 3 or 4 foot wave and do what they want to do. It's a little harder, but they have the ability to do it, and they'll do it. They don't care if they're getting wet. You watch those guys out there. I made a comment yesterday. They were showing somebody, and they had commented how windy it was. And I made the comment that it isn't that windy. The deck of the boat's dry.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I've seen him in some. Yeah. There's that famous video of Johnson, right? Catching that bass, pukes over the side of the boat, comes back, keeps fishing. These guys are hardcore.
You see the electric motors come out of the water? Yeah. That's,
Well, listen, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back with Jim. I just got word that he's asked to go back on the live on the stage. But Jim, would you be able to spend some more time with us after, do another interview?
Sure.
They're asking for you on stage. We got to cut her off. But I'd love to sit down with you and dive into about your history as well, because being a pioneer in this industry, with the magazine and what you do for kids and how much you do for this community, we got to touch on that. But you're needed on stage, brother. So we need you back here when you're done. I promise I'll cook something for you.
And I want to pick your fishing brain.
You had me at cook.
Hey, Eating Wild listeners, are you still searching for that perfect boat?
Xtreme Marine London has got you covered with new and used boat sales, service, and professional installation of marine electronics and accessories. Visit their London or Kingsville, Ontario locations today and get ready to make waves and catch that fish of a lifetime.
Xtreme Marine is your one-stop marine shop. Check them out at www.extrememarinelondon.com and follow their journey on Instagram and Facebook. Be sure to tell them that the Eating Wild Boys sent you.
Okay, guys, we're back. We're sitting back with Big Jim McLaughlin. He was called upon duty on stage doing the live today. Jim, what was happening out there today? Did you get a good insight on things?
Dude, the fish are jumping in the boat.
No way.
They're standing beside the boat with the net like this and just going, and they're landed in the net. In Cooper's boat anyway.
In Coop's boat?
Yeah, you were watching that. Was wild, right?
Is he hammering? Oh my God, I was watching the live. I was listening to you guys. And it's great that they got a great day to get out. I've heard that the live's been great.
Yeah, and it was really cool to watch them. Cooper hooked the fish, and he realized it's 3 pounds or something, like he doesn't need it. He's holding it in the water to keep the other ones interested, swimming around, while his dad gets a rod, throws in, and catches a bigger one. There's a little tournament thing. Eh?
That's a tournament thing for sure. Speaking of tournaments, you've been a legend in this industry for a very long time. I'd like to take you back. Where it started, where you started fishing. Was it something that you started on your own, or did you have your father or somebody teach you? I know we're going back, brother, but we need to know the roots, because you are such a huge part of all of this around us right now. Because of you. Where did it start?
Thank you, by the way.
No, you're welcome.
Probably, let me see, 56. It'd be 66 years ago.
66 years ago.
None of you guys were thought of.
We're swimmers.
You weren't even a glint in your dad's eye.
We're swimmers, not even.
God, your dad might not have been born. No. But I remember my dad was in the armed forces and we moved to Ottawa, and I wanted to go fishing. I got this bug to go fishing, and we lived beside the Rideau Canal. Well, I don't know, like from here to the hotel from it.
Yep.
And they went out and they bought me the $3.99 bait casting reel with the solid fiberglass. You remember you used to see the things in the back of the magazine, 3 combos for $12.95 and 104,000 lures, all little plastic frogs. They got part of one of those because we didn't have a lot of money, and we got one of those. And he brought me down to the Rideau Canal, and we got the sinker and the hook and the worm on, and I caught a bullhead about probably 6-7 inches long. That was the first fish that I ever caught in my life.
Can you believe that?
And I went absolutely ape.
Incredible, man.
Yeah.
So it was the one fish you hooked into. You were hooked right away.
Yeah. Like I went Ike before Ike was born. It was like, I just, like my mom told me about it. She used to talk about it, how crazy I went. I ran around screaming like Homer Simpson, like just, I was off the deep end. Eh? It was really, really cool.
You got the bug, you got the hook in you,
just
right
like that,
from the get-go. Oh, yeah.
It just hit me, and to this day, I don't get out in a boat like I used to and stuff like that just because of this crap with my spine. But man, I fish out in the backyard. I have some great days out there. Actually, I'm looking forward to it because a lot of the slop with the couple of cold nights, a lot of the junk off the top already disappeared. So it'll be chatterbait time for me out there.
Chatterbait time. That's Showtime Johnson's favorite.
Specialty.
His specialty. So you got the bug early, and fast forward in your career, you've been a pioneer. What's it like now when you got little kids coming up to you asking for advice, and not even little kids, guys like myself, guys like Cody. Cody, the first thing he said to me, he's like, I can't wait to pick Big Jim's brain because you have so much knowledge.
I still get embarrassed when you say things like this. Am I turning red?
No, but it's the truth, Cody. We talked about it. What's it like having guys come to you and ask you tons of questions? Every show, people can't wait to come and pick your brain, and the knowledge that you got is incredible. What's it like?
You know what it is? It's kind of like a reward. You'll experience it in a while when, after you're done your fighting career, somebody comes to you and says, how should I do this or that? How do I move? Whatever. You'll experience it. It's a thrill. It makes you feel really good. Like some of the comments that have been made in the last couple of days by people, I got so many messages like on my phone and stuff like that. It's a reward.
Absolutely.
And it just keeps giving. It just keeps giving.
And Cody, Jim mentioned your fight, and you're just starting off. We're looking forward to that, being a Canadian that's going to represent Canada in the UFC, and yourself. You are becoming a legend. You will be a legend yourself. But what questions would you have for Jim? Because you are the best fisherman in MMA, and it's not many. I mean, let's be honest. It's not all the time you get to sit down with a guy like this. And you do pop, but sitting next to a guy like this, your brain must be going crazy.
Yeah. So when we were up on stage there, he told me he had 29 wins in 10 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's a pretty crazy stat.
Yeah.
What was your favorite tournament win? Out of those 29, what was the one that stands out to you the most?
Oh, wow.
That's a loaded question. I love it. Good one.
Like the first year I ever fished, I won everything.
Wow.
So I had never fished a tournament.
And then you won every tournament you entered.
I didn't win every tournament. I won a couple, and I got into the championship. Was what it was. What was in the beginning? It was OV Pro Bass, I think it was.
OV Pro Bass.
I don't even remember. It was so long ago, and it changed off it. But I fished the 5 tournaments. I think we came second in 2. We didn't win one. I fished with a guy called Glenn Carr. Great guy, taught me a lot about fishing too. That's one thing I've learned. I have no problem talking about people that helped me and that I learned from. Like when I get around guys that are really good anglers, and I've got to spend days in the boat, I've got to spend days in the boat with so many incredible people, like top level guys. A couple of years ago, I got to fish with David Walker and Paul Elias in the same week. Stuff like that. I went muskie fishing with Ted Takasaki. I've been fishing with Al Lindner.
Al Lindner.
Yeah,
wow.
He's the man. I blame him. When I was in high school, I bought a magazine called Fishing Facts. And that's what really pushed me. I was a little bit older then.
Yeah.
And I'd go over from school, we'd leave football practice or whatever, go over to the Rideau Canal beside the school. I went to Lisgar High School. And in fact, I'm having breakfast with a bunch of the guys next Saturday morning.
Look at that.
That I went
That's
to school with, yeah. And it's always nice when we talk about it. When we get together, we do it three times a year. And I often joke about the stories we tell at our age now. When we get together the next time, we forget we told them, so there's still really good stories.
Well, you know what? It's crazy.
They just keep getting better and better. Right?
Yeah. So I got a question for you, and I've been dying to ask you this. Back in the day when you were fishing tournaments, technology probably wasn't as it is now. And what's your opinion on, I mean, you've won tournaments probably just based on sight fishing. That looks like a great spot there. I'm going to cast there, and you produce fish. Now with the, forward-facing sonar, what's your take on all that stuff? Do you think it's a huge game changer? First of all, are you against it, or
No, it's part of fishing.
It is.
It's part of fishing. It's what it is. We were talking about this on live the other day. So you take away forward-facing sonar, then you take away, flashers when we started. You take away electric motors. You take away, power poles. You take away a gas motor, so you end up having a short tournament. So where do you? And it's just going to keep going. I can't imagine it like 25 years from now, with science and electronics.
What they're going to have out there.
It'll be nuts. You'll get in the boat and push a button, and it'll tell you, go to the point by Big Jim's house, and you'll go there and catch all these fish. But you know what I'm saying, though? It's
absolutely.
The Lord knows where it's going to end up. It's absolutely wild, but. It's I'm all for change. I'm all for it can grow up and be as big as it wants to be.
Well, I think that is definitely an advantage for some people. But, guys like the Johnson brothers, obviously leading this tournament, but putting Canada on the map, and Coops and, Gussie and these Canadian guys. What's your take on that? Watching these guys in Canada make it to the States, make it to these big tournaments, representing us and doing well. Angler of the Year 2 years in a row is pretty incredible.
It's wonderful. I sit at home and I watch it, and I'll be in the office and I got it, on the laptop while I'm tying jigs or doing whatever, writing letters or whatever. I'll be watching it, and sometimes I just stop and start to watch. I'm not doing anything, and like an hour will go by.
Right.
And I watch it, and I get giddy. Like I'm thinking, this is, here's Gussie, a kid that I knew when he was a little kid. I remember sitting here with the Johnson boys one day after a tournament. It would have been a little further down there past the Stones, because they used to weigh in at the end here, and telling the two of them, sit up on the tailgate. And I remember telling them, you guys don't realize it. In fact, I asked Lynn, I said, can I talk to the boys? And he went like this, had it, eh? And I sat them up and I said, you guys don't know it now, but you two are the chosen ones. And I told them that here before they had won some Canadian Opens and stuff, but they hadn't really ventured to the States. And I told them, I said, you guys are the chosen ones, and everything you do from here on and the rest of your life, you got to do, thinking. It's all about decisions in life. You make bad decisions, good decisions, and look where they are now. And I'm not taking credit for that. It's just what I tried to instill in them, and I knew it long before. I don't know. There was something about them.
You just had it.
Yeah, and Gord Pizer used to tell me, Gussie is the same. Gussie was the same. I was talking to Gussie last night. I said, what are you doing? And he says, I'm doing stuff around the house. He said, I got, I think, 3 or 4 more tournaments to fish out here, small ones. And I said, and then what are you going to do? And he says, then I'm going to get all ready for next year.
Wow.
And I gave him back a few choice words and then told him that was really good, and that he better do it, or I was going to come looking for him.
Unbelievable. So he's starting already for next season. The mindset, I guess, in any professional sports like you, Cody, what's your mindset like? You're a couple weeks away. You're obviously out here in your element, surrounded by all these crazy fishermen, and you're about to hit the ring. And what is your mindset right now? Are you relaxed? Are you focused? I know you're out here enjoying yourself because this is your passion, but your biggest passion in your career is fighting.
Yeah, for sure. And my mindset is, today we're doing a rest day. It's nice to come out here and see this tournament. But my mindset throughout camp has been, this is the biggest opportunity for me in my career thus far. I put in the work the last 10 years to get to where I am, and we're gonna seize the opportunity. We're not leaving nothing on the line. I'm messing up my words. We're putting it all on the line.
Putting it all on the line.
We're putting it all out there. We're going harder than we've ever gone. So I'm ready to get her done.
And being competitive, Jim, being competitive in the fishing industry is one thing, but at the end of the day, you're fishing. You have a bad day on the water. How bad is it when you're fishing with either your best friend or your teammate or whatever it is? I got to ask you, over all the years you've been fishing, you must have fished with tons of people. Who would you take if you were healthy, young buck in your prime? Who would you take on your boat with you for 50 G's at the CISA Kingston. Who's the part? You might piss a lot of people off here, by the way, because I'm sure your mind's working already. It's a loaded question, but who you taking on?
I'm too old to answer this. It hurts.
You drop some heavy names there. They all know, you know, who, I mean, and you could, from going back to that, you fished with everybody and, you know, you got 50 Gs. It's Championship Sunday. Who's Big Jim got in the boat with him? We got to know.
Here right now?
Right now.
I'd take Chris Johnson.
Chris Johnson.
Sorry, Corey.
And how about this? Let's go back 25 years. Who would be in the boat with you?
Rocky Crawford.
Rocky Crawford.
And that was your tournament partner, right?
Yeah. Rocky, that you guys have hit some tournaments and won some tournaments, and that's history right there. And let's talk about a little bit quickly about history as well. Have you seen back from what you're seeing now? You know, it's a beautiful venue here, and you probably fish in tons of tournaments. But what was it like back then, going up on stage and, you know, competing, and now seeing what we see here? Anything change, or is it, you know, something that is similar, but in your eyes, it's growing? I think it's growing. This has been a great event. But back in the day, was it anything like this, or was it always on a smaller scale in Canada?
Well, no, we had some big ones here, like the one in Orillia when I won the second Canadian Championship. They had to close off, like, you know, in Orillia, there's the docks and the parking lot, and then there's that street.
Yep.
And there's the old train track in the back. Well, the OPP closed that.
That's how big it was.
It was full from one end of the park to the other, like from the little snack shack place that's at the end, right down to the end of the restaurants. There was people. It was like, I think they said there was 8,000 people.
Holy smokes!
Wow.
And you got to drive through in the boat. And I won by 4 ounces.
No way.
4 ounces.
4 ounces.
Hey, somebody could win 50 Gs today by 4 ounces. I mean, Bickle's making noise out there. Did you guys get to see Bix at all on screen? Was he getting
caught a
any
couple.
fish?
He caught a couple when we were
had
on
4,
the line.
or 3 or 4.
Yeah,
they didn't
3 or
have a
4.
lot. They were
Yeah.
struggling a bit. They didn't get any largemouths. They went to the largemouth spot first again.
Yeah, because they got one yesterday.
Yeah,
they got a
I didn't
bucket.
realize that was 5.5.
That was huge.
That's a big fish.
That's
Yeah.
a huge
tank.
fish.
So going back to mindset. Mindset's a big thing in combat sports. What was your mindset like when you were getting ready for a tournament? Where was your mindset at?
You really had to. You had to get confidence in yourself. You had to have confidence in your partner. Once again, it's a little different because you're out there alone. But and I guess it's no different. You get rattled in the ring. We go out and fish for 4 hours and don't get a bite, or even worse, you lose 3 or 4 good fish. Just happens. Then it's how you recover from that. It's that makes the difference.
How you face that adversity, right?
Yeah, how you go through it. Like I'm not sure if it was live or here. I mentioned to you about I'd leave and I'd be driving home, and it'd be a 6-hour drive home or something.
Right.
And I'd get we'd have a terrible tournament, and I'd get about an hour away, and I'd be crying in the truck, like whatever else, all upset. I can't do this. I had a young family. That was my job. No money this week. What am I going to do? And I get about 2 hours away, and I'd be chomping at the bit. I'd talk myself right back into just turning the truck around and going to the next tournament.
Yeah, folks.
And sometimes 100%. It would take 3 hours. Depends on, but
depends on the drive.
Yeah, it depends on the drive. That's what it was. And I remember when I used to come home, if I was fishing within 3 or 4 hours, usually you're out of there by 4:35 or something. I'd come home and I had the 2 young girls, and they're both nurses now. But I had the girls, and they'd come running down the stairs. When I came in, they said, "Dad, did you win? Did you win? Did you win?" I'd say no, and they go, "Oh," and they wouldn't even come hug me. They'd run back up the stairs. So we have to joke about it.
Win or nothing.
Yeah. So then they get into the thing where I'd say, "Whoa, I did come third," and they come down because it used to be a Sunday night stay out late deal. We would take them over to Walmart, or no, it was Kmart at the time.
Right.
We'd take them to Kmart, and they get to buy a Barbie or something, because I would have won some money.
Because you would have won some money.
That was the Sunday night thing. And then maybe go to the Dairy Queen or something,
Incredible,
and come
man.
home, and then they got to stay up late. Yeah, so they learned that. I can still picture them coming down the stairs yelling, "Did you come third or fourth?"
That's great.
They're looking for their Barbie for sure.
Yeah, and then the odd time you come home and you'd have a big grin on your face and say, "No, but I got a truck, a boat, and 10,000 cash," or something.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, folks, look around you. This event is a Big Jim is a big part of this. the history here with this gentleman here. You got the magazine. Are you still doing the magazine?
Oh yeah,
right
it's
now?
all online now.
All online?
COVID stole it because there was nowhere to
sure.
distribute it and
For sure.
all that. So yeah, so it's
So
it's
you're still writing, you're still producing,
yeah,
and
we do it all. Tammy and I do it all.
you do it all.
Yeah.
It's incredible that you're still hard at it and a pioneer in this industry.
Yeah, I can't imagine. Like, you see people retire and they take their box and they leave the office. How do I do that?
It's a lifestyle.
It is.
It's what it is, Like I know I have to start doing a little less because a lot of the things I do, I travel. I try to avoid hotel rooms now. It's just easier if I don't have to stay in hotel rooms and stuff. But like I come home now and I'm like, if I leave at 4 o'clock in the morning and get back home at 8, I'm done. I'm sleeping the next morning. It's
Right.
all there is to it. It's not quite the same, but no, it's been wondrous. I got a thing for that Rick Clunn wrote the other day about his when he won the last elite that he won, and he said, "Don't ever let anybody tell you that your best days are behind you." And it's
Well said.
And in fishing, it could be
I like
true.
that.
I don't fish tournaments anymore, but look at some of these older dudes can still catch fish.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
It's almost like golf. If you can still swing a club,
Yeah,
they got
the savvy.
Why not?
They understand the whole thing. I'll tell you, the greatest thing that ever happened to me was the year that I won the Canadian Classic the second time. We had bought an old farmhouse and we were living in it, and I had the girls, and I'm sitting out in the boat in the laneway, and I had a guide day coming up. I think it was following week, and I had several guide days. And I was changing line and whatever, getting all the rods and reels I used for guiding ready. And I'm thinking to myself, this weekend I'm supposed to go fishing in Aurelia. And I had no money, literally no money. If I would have went to the bank, they would have arrested me. You know what I mean? Like it was, we were dead broke, got the girls, the young lad, and I'm there and I'm like, I can't figure out, I can't go this weekend because I don't have the money to go. I can't buy gas. And I'm sitting in the boat, and here comes the mailman, or mail lady. She drops off the mail, waves to me, goes like this to me, like she's way to go. I go across the street to the mail, and I look through the mail, and there's 3 or 4 things in there. There was no bills, no checks, so at least we're even. And there's one, I saw it, and it was from Canada Trust, which is where we've banked, well, what is it now, TD or something?
TD, yeah.
And I open it up, and it's a Visa card. And remember at the sportsman shows, they used to come around with the clipboard and get you to sign up for a Visa card.
Yeah.
So here it is. This is the end of August. It would be coming to this weekend, actually, because that's when they used to hold it. And I'm out there, and I go in the house, and I look at this, a credit card that I had filled out. The girl, you always had to stop and talk to the pretty girls. And I'm there, and so I fill one out, and there's a Visa card with an $1,800 limit on it. So I went in the house and I told Tammy, and she looks at me and she says to me, because I'd already told her I couldn't go, I wasn't going, eh? And she looked at me and she said, "I guess you know where you're going now." And I went, and Sunday afternoon I won 85 grand, and
oh my God,
Wow.
my life
what a
changed.
story.
That's fate.
That's
fate right there.
That's
That's the
credit
universe
card.
calling.
That credit card,
that's-
literally.
So is that your biggest? Back to my original question. Is that your favorite tournament win?
It would be the second one, yeah.
That's a hell of a story.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a story, and it's got the history too, because
Yeah, I can relate to that too, because as a fighter, it's sometimes they're tough too, right? Like it doesn't pay a whole lot, but and then you kept going, you kept grinding, and then boom, 85 G's.
Yeah.
I think
There was a lot more
tournament
after that. Nothing that big, but like I said, I only did it for 10 years, and it was, it was wondrous. I loved it. But I mean, tournament fishing is so much bigger now. When we did it, season opened at the end of June, closed Labor Day. And then there was the Fall Challenge in Aurelia.
Right.
That was what it was in the fall. There wasn't 550 tournaments to fish every weekend. There's so many tournaments now, and sometimes I say to myself, how do they get some of these things weeded out to get back so one person, whoever it might be, can have 150 boats or 200 boats and have something that's major and make it bigger. And that's what this is. Hopefully this turns into something like that.
Yeah, I would say that this is definitely one of the biggest tournaments that I've been
Oh,
a part of
100%.
and involved with, right?
With the production, the live stream.
Oh, that production is second
It's
to none.
awesome.
Those guys
Yeah.
are so slick.
Aurora
They're killing it.
Productions,
Everything
huge
is
shout out.
just like 5-star the way they do stuff.
It's incredible. And like even with technology, we're talking about sonars and stuff like that, but the technology that they have to run the lives on the boats, so you can watch it on YouTube, and then you guys doing the commentary behind the mics, and they're, you know, you're telling stories, but you're also watching the screens of guys getting fish. I mean, for me, if I wasn't attending this, I would be on my phone right now watching this, because you know you got the boys up on the stage, legends. You got the Johnsons out there. You got Coop out there competing for 50 Gs in Canada. You know, it is incredible, and you said it. So, you know, you've come a long way, Big Jim, and for guys like myself that grew up watching you and following you around, and also, you know, trying to even just talk to you at those sportsman shows, because so many people line up to see Big Jim.
Yeah.
It's always, and when you're on stage,
you're on the tank.
When you're on stage and you're on the tank, man, the information that you know, if you ever had a chance to see this guy work on stage, it's incredible the knowledge you have. And you said, you know, there's so many people that you've worked with that helped you get where you were in your career. But, you know, I really, truly believe that this is happening because of people like this. And I'm so glad that you actually got to sit down with me and Cody, share your story. And I just have one more question and we'll wrap this up.
Oh, we're all good.
Ready? It's loaded. Actually, it's not loaded. It should be easy now.
Change seats with me.
It should be easy now. Who do you got winning the 50 Gs today?
The Johnsons.
The Johnsons. Easy question.
Yeah. I can't see it not happening. If it doesn't, it's an absolute, like,
shocker.
Yeah.
We got
like
the Johnsons.
Bang your head on the door frame a few
Upsets.
times. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of, it doesn't mean something can't happen.
No,
though, you know?
and it's funny. There's a lot of prizes behind us. Milwaukee's got tons and tons of stuff given away. So no fisherman's leaving here empty-handed. But Cody, the second question is for you. Who's got big fish today?
Oh.
Ooh, who's got big fish today? Who had big fish yesterday? Let me ask that.
I think Jasper. No, it was Chucky from BKK.
Yeah.
It was a 7.5.
It was 7.66, I believe.
That's
a
crazy.
big fish.
I'm gonna go with my boy Coop.
Coop.
I seen him.
Oh, nice.
He was sticking him up there earlier. I seen
Yeah,
him weighing
you-
3 or
when you-
4. So
When you start going through that many fish, there's
Yeah.
a good chance you're going to get a big one out here.
And that's a $1,500 prize. BKK, big fish, guys. Huge things happening. 3 o'clock. We're going to have the weigh-ins here. This place is going to get packed. Come down, say hi to Big Jim. And I'll tell you right now, brother, thank you. It was an absolute pleasure.
My pleasure, Cody. Best to you.
yeah, thank you, Jim. Appreciate
We're minutes
it.
away from this, guys. We'll talk to you very soon. Okay, guys, listen, we're live here, CISA, Kingston, brought to you by Milwaukee. It's a beautiful day here. Check this out. I just ran into John. I spent a little bit of money myself, but we're going to talk about that soon because we're going to get to that. John, we're going to talk about your products here. It's incredible. You got a great booth, by the way, set up. And so far, before we talk about your product, what's your take on this event, man?
It's awesome.
It's awesome.
Tons of people, beautiful weather,
Yeah.
big fish.
Big fish. being
Maybe
caught.
we'll see a dirty 30 today.
Yeah, that's the rumor, man. We got 30-30. The
Big
Johnsons.
fat brownies out there. Yeah.
Speaking of the Johnson brothers, you were telling me that you do carry their batteries
Yeah.
for some of your product. First of all, let's go over your product together, what you do and what you create here, guys. It's incredible. All made by this guy right here.
So one thing we carry is a drop shot tie, 3D print it. Hold your drop shots all in there. Done deal.
Look at that.
Doesn't go nowhere.
That is incredible. Something like this, guys. How many people have got their weights flying around their boats right now?
You can shake the rod and it ain't coming off.
Seeing that, boys? I know, Lou, you're going to ask me to buy you one. Don't worry, we'll talk about it later. That's incredible right there. And you were saying that your mounts are all made by aluminum.
Aluminum, then anodized, all interlocked to each other. Fiberglass pole. We make them for over the rail aluminum, taller one. Then we have a shorter one for like track boats and the side of a bass boat. We do a kayak one, just a smaller version. We can do dual stack mounts, all aluminum, anodized.
Wow.
I don't know how many different products we have, but we have a lot.
You have them. And one thing that John was telling me is that I got me and Hookset, we got this makeshift Portuguese style pole at the back that Danny likes to use. Me and John have already been talking. He can actually custom make that for me. I got to give him the measurements. That's incredible because it is in a little bit of an awkward spot. But John, people can reach out to you, and you don't mind making them custom made.
Yeah, no problem.
That's incredible,
yeah,
guys.
Probably about a month downtime for me to do a custom one. But if it's something like yours, putting a longer handle on it, easy
to
done.
do. And as we're going to walk our way this way, you also said you got ice fishing stuff that you do.
Yep. Ice fishing shovel. There's Johnson's batteries right there.
Look at that.
Very light, 3D print it. And then it goes down under our pool. There you go. Very light, very light.
Very light. That's the key with ice fishing, guys. You want it to be light. You need it to be light because you're walking around or you're putting it on your back of your sled. This here right now is probably one of the best things that you can purchase for yourself to be comfortable when you're on the water or on the hard water. We're going to make our way down here, John, to some of the stuff here. Again, you got the mounts here. You got mounts for your monitors as well.
Yep.
And cover plates to see block the sun out.
Yep. Sunshades, carbon fiber, 3D print it. Slides right on. That's for 12 inches. And then we have 9s and 10s in garment. And really keeps the water drops off it. Very rugged.
Beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Everyone needs these on their boat, guys. I'm telling you right now, having the shade cover, especially when you're flying down the lake with one of these, incredible. And that's not all you do, brother. That's not all you do.
And there's a live scope pulse. There it is right there.
That's for the live scope.
Yep. And then I make one that's universal, so you can drop it down lower. So when you're running down the lake, you're not having to expose and up higher, and lots of leverage on it and stuff like that. Yep.
Amazing. And we're gonna come this way. We got customers already looking at this stuff. This is what got me going when we got here, folks. Check out this grill. This grill is probably the coolest thing I've ever seen. What a great piece of equipment, guys. I'll tell you right now, as a chef myself, this is a huge something that I would use very often. It's incredible. And I'll tell you, to have this at the hunt camp when you're doing something as easy as a spatchcock bird,
We make charcoal.
whole fish, that's the best part. And these guys even make charcoal. That's the best part.
All steel, welded, stainless steel here. Charcoal underneath. You load your charcoal, put it all in there, and then light her up and start flipping your meat.
And I can't wait to do something. I was telling you that the most important thing for me would be doing like a whole bird, a spatchcock bird. You bring this to the hunt camp, guys. You clean your goose, you clean your partridge, whatever you got, grouse. Put it on one of these with charcoal. I'm telling you right now, throw some E-dub spices on it. It's a game changer. What does this retail at, John?
$500.
$500. Are you kidding me? You can't even, you try making this yourself. First of all, it's gonna be dump. Second of all, feel the quality of this is insane. There's a sweet spot. I gotta get you to do it one more time. Check out that sweet spot. See that little backhand there? You must have played hockey or football or something.
I like hitting people more than hitting them.
He likes hitting people. There you have it. So listen, John, how can people find you? How can they find your store? LeMoorsOutdoors.com.
Yep.
And you can ship anywhere in Canada?
Yep.
Anywhere in Canada, guys. Get your hands on this merch. Canadian made. Reach out, ask for John. I'm telling you right now, I'm walking away with one of these tomorrow. Actually, this is my model. This is actually mine. This is coming with. And listen, man, it was a pleasure meeting you. Excited about the product. And last question, who's bringing home the trophy? Who's bringing home 50 G's, bro?
I hope that Johnson has a run for the money, but I believe they're going to bring it. I believe they're going to bring in. They're going to bring 3 days. Other guys have to just try to stay with them.
Right.
You can stay with them, make it challenging, but they're going to bring in what they had yesterday.
I believe they will.
But can the other guys do it?
I was going to say, it's not out of the question that somebody can easily bring in a 30-pound bag for a Dirty 30 because there's some sticks out there.
Oh, lots of
sticks. There's some huge sticks. And you know, me as a fan of the sport, watching Bob Azumi walk past me, watching Cooper Gallant and his pops, you know, starts from your father, man. That guy's, his pops is probably just as good as fisherman as he is. He's just probably not as technically inclined as Coop is. But you know, but you know, talk about some of the anglers that you've seen walk through here. It's anyone's game. I know there's about a 4-pound lead right now, but I think it's anyone's game.
They're only 4 ounces. 4 ounces.
We're talking about
pickle.
Pickle.
If he doesn't beat them, he'll beat them up on there. He'll just grab them and jersey them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You don't want to lose to Pickle, all right? Because he'll find a way to win with his fists. Buddy, thank you so much.
No
Pleasure.
problem. Good
Make
time.
sure you check them out, guys. We'll be right back after a short message from our sponsors.
Hey boys, have you guys ever been to Gagnon Sports out in Oshawa?
Have I? That place is a gold mine. Picked up my new bow there last weekend. Hunting, fishing, archery, they've got everything.
Boys, don't forget the indoor shooting range. Gagnon's not just a store, it's an experience. They've been doing it right for over 50 years.
Seriously? I thought it was just another outdoor shop.
Just another shop. Buddy, it's family owned, Canadian proud, and huge. We've spent entire afternoons in there.
Or skip the trip and shop online. GagnonSports.com ships across Canada, fast, smooth, and packed with top-notch gear.
All right, I'm sold. Gagnon Sports trip next weekend?
Only if we hit the indoor range first, so I can show you guys how to shoot.
Gagnon Sports, 50 years of adventure and counting.
And don't forget to tell them the Eating Wild Boys sent you.
Welcome back to the Eating Wild podcast. I am joined here by one of the most intriguing vendors here at the CISA Kingston Invitational. It's not an invitational, actually. I have to pay to be here. But we're here at the Kingston Bass Open, and I'm here with Gavin, him and his girlfriend, Brianna, they run a company called Natural Strike Flies. And I spoke to Gavin earlier. Story's quite interesting. You started hand tying flies as a hobby.
Yep.
And now you got this small business going, you and your girlfriend. Let's talk a little bit about it because it's incredible what you're doing, buddy.
Yeah, sure. So I was a big art guy growing up. I'm painting, drawing, and I love fishing every time I can. I'm always out there. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to combine the two talents, art and fishing. So I started hand tying flies. I started out in my grandparents' basement, actually. Started cutting pieces of my dog's hair off and tying it onto a hook. And from there, I've just kind of grew and grew, kind of getting piece by piece filled in, getting my own setup built, and slowly started joining shows. I was joining small shows that had nothing to do with fishing, joining as a artisanal booth. And then just recently joined the 2025 Sportsman Show. So many people to talk to and networking, talking to Leo Stockos. He took some of my flies and he's putting it on his show.
Which is amazing,
Exactly.
Getting a guy like that using your stuff. It pays off when you see that.
That's right.
And let's talk about some of the flies that you do. Now, you target your flies are mostly for the river, trout.
Yeah.
What are some of the species that people like to target with your flies?
Right. So yeah, I started off kind of doing trout flies and salmon flies because I'm so local to the creeks in Oshawa. So I sell to the guys while I'm on the creek, talk about it, meet some people. So yeah, mainly kind of creek and the river flies, but I also tie flies for pike, muskie, bass, smallmouth bass, largemouth bass, as well as walleye, or some may say pickerel.
You know what? The best thing about flies, in my opinion, and again, I'm a river fisherman myself, is that, hair jigs are so popular right now, but even the flies, it's really, really cool to see guys getting fish like pike on flies because it is something that, wasn't really popular, but now it seems to be super popular. Now, you mentioned muskie. I know you haven't tied any muskie flies, but what's your take on that? Because guys are actually getting them on muskies, and I see these guys out in Lake St. Clair, and we had a guy on our boat last year during the muskie brawl, and we seen him hook into a fish with a fly on. So it must keep you motivated in what you do every day. And tell the people how they can get their hands on these if they're not at a show. Are you guys available online?
Yeah, so we're on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I got a website online, naturalstrikeflies.com. Go take a look. I got everything up there. I don't have each individual fly, but you send me a message, you can get custom flies done, anything you want.
Unbelievable. Well, listen, guys, you got to come check these guys out. Natural Strike Flies. Go on their social media pages. Make sure you check them out. Support this guy. He started off in his grandmother's basement. Sounds like a country song. I'll tell you right now, we're going to have a look around. I might be leaving with a little loot bag myself. I got some dough in my pocket. Listen, man, congratulations on your business.
Absolutely.
Wish you all the luck, and guys, get out there and start buying.
Thank you so much.
I'm pleased to be joined by Mr. Blaine Martin, who is the owner, creator, the founder of MG Outdoors. Blaine, it's a pleasure to be here with you
too.
at the
Thank you.
CISA. Tell me, I got to ask you this first before we dive into your amazing product. What's your take on this tournament, man? This has to be one of the biggest bass tournaments in Canada, purse-wise, 50 Gs. You've been here all weekend. You've been witnessing it. It is Championship Sunday. What's your take on this event?
Well, to start off, this event was fantastic overall. Like, to see the guys coming up on stage, holding their fish out and seeing the size of those smallies were unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
It was amazing.
We hear so many people talking about this world-class fishery that we have in our backyard, and I think we're opening eyes. I think with the Johnson brothers and Coop and all those guys, big sticks, Canadian guys, and I think that we're cracking ground not only with anglers but also with venues, and this couldn't be a better venue in my opinion.
Oh, for sure, 100%. To have everything all here, having it out of the main marina here down in Centennial Park was great. A great atmosphere, a lot of energy going on down here as it's happening. Couldn't ask for a better spot.
And we're going to jump into your gear quickly. You are a big part of this. Not only are you showing off your brand and your product, but you are supplying the CISA Kingston canned bass with your product and your bags. So every angler that's coming off the water is using your bags to transport their fish from the marina to the stage, into their trough, up on stage. They weigh them, they take their picture. And I got to tell you something which is crazy and it's something that was brought to my attention after day one: 0 mortalities.
Unbelievable.
That must have made you feel amazing, because
really good.
This is your product, watching all these guys coming out, and let's talk about it. I mean, you created something special here.
Yeah, we did. So a lot of the older boats, compared to some of the new ones, have an aerator already built into their live well. So it actually created an opportunity to, coming off the boat, it could be in line for 15-20 minutes with the fish out of water and out of an opportunity where their aerator is working. So we incorporate it into our live bag, and now they can fill that bag full of water, bring it out of the boat safely up into the lineup, ready to go, and then now they can pull our mesh liner right out of the bag. So it's minutes that they're out to go right back in and save lives and more fish and product.
It's incredible. And you created bags not only for bass, but multi-species as well.
Absolutely. We have big for ice fishing, salmon. We do a salmon bag as well, so that way you can get your meat home in a warm environment. You can load it full of ice and then take it home and fillet and do everything you need to, and you're ready to go. So.
And they're aerated, like you mentioned.
Yep.
And how did you get that? Like, what made you think about getting something compact enough to actually aerate these bags so that these fish are actually getting enough oxygen? It's incredible.
Yeah, it was great. We were able to have the opportunity to talk to a lot of the top fisher guys, see what they needed. They knew what our products were all about, and some ideas floating back and forth at the table. Hey, if we could do this or if we can do that, I was able to take their vision to life and bring it into our product. So a couple of years after testing, this is what we came to today.
It's incredible. And it comes with a mesh bag inside as well.
Yep.
So when they get to the troughs, they can actually just take that mesh bag out of your bag into the trough, hold the fish there.
Yep.
When they come back, they drop it right back in the main bag, out to the water, fresh release. Everything's been going, 0 mortalities. Guys, I'm telling you right now, this is a huge reason why that these fish are being handled the way they are. And Kingston has mentioned, one of the things that they mentioned was that they wanted to make sure if we're coming back here, they wanted to have a low mortality rate. And I'm telling you right now, I can report this. I think there's only been one, and they actually tried fizzing that fish and it just didn't make it, but it was because of the hook set and whatnot. But here's one thing I want to know. How can people get their hands on this? Do you ship?
We ship all over the world. We've got stuff that went out to Cuba, out to Florida. We have some different other products that we do that as well for some really big fish. But yeah, you can order right off of our line, right off website.
Incredible. And what is that website?
That is medgear.ca.
Medgear.ca.
Yep.
Make sure you go to medgear.ca to purchase these. One more question I have for you.
Yeah.
You said shipping these for real big fish out in the States, wherever it is. What's the poundage like holding fish in these bags?
Wow, we make a regular bag that could hold up to 300-400 pounds, no problem.
Wow.
So it's,
And if you have a 300-400 pound bag, you not only getting 50 Gs, but that's quite the bag.
It is. it takes less space up. So you get all these fishing charter guys that are carrying their big Yeti coolers, which are great. But if you have no catch, you have not a lot of room to move around on. This bag folds up really easy, packs away nice, and if you need it, it just unfolds, fill it full of ice, and you're good for the day.
Well, it's amazing, man, and I'm so glad that we met, because again, I didn't even know this existed. I have so many friends up north that fish competitively in tournaments. This is going to be a game changer, guys. You can actually lose money with fish that didn't survive, and I think this is going to help repay you back. And make sure you check these guys out, Greg.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Pleasure. We'll be right back. We're going back to the stage to see what's happening. Guys, we're moments away here, eating wild here. We're at the CISA Kingston. I'm standing here with the host of this show, the guy who's going to be up on stage with these guys in moments, man. We're moments away. This is a warm-up for him, by the way.
Yeah, I got to wake up,
We got to wake him up. He's about to have 20 guys come in here with some sacks. Ron, what's going through your mind right now?
You know what, buddy? Smash, I don't know. Like, I've been pumped all weekend, and I am just so fired up. I heard that they are just smashing them out there, which is crazy. I never thought, like 46 pounds would be the cutoff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I was just blown away to see all these 25-pound bags coming in, and I'm like, when's it gonna stop? When's it gonna stop?
Oh my God, man.
I heard they're really popping them out there, so I don't know, man, what's gonna happen?
Well, you got a huge task ahead of you, man. So, this is Championship Sunday. You got the boys coming up, 20 guys that are competing for 50 grand. You got a huge task. How you feeling, man? You ready for this?
I am pumped just as much probably as the guy that's going to win the 50 grand. I can't wait. Going this long, in Canada, to have a $50,000 purse is incredible. And I'm really excited to give it away.
I'm so excited, man. And this is going to be on the live, guys. Brought to you by Milwaukee. You can go on YouTube. You can catch the whole weigh-in live. $50,000. Ron James is going to be on the mic. He's going to be announcing the winner. You're going to hand the trophy to somebody, buddy.
I am, and I'm looking forward to it. CISA Canada, come to Facebook or YouTube and watch it, man. It's going to be incredible.
All right, guys, tune in live. We're moments away. Can't wait to get at it, brother. Let's go.
Let's go, baby.
Guys, listen, Eating Wild here. We're moments away. Tournament is almost done, buddy. I'm standing here with Joe Ford, man. This guy here, you fished the tournament.
I did.
Not only did you fish the tournament, but listen, man, everything that you're seeing behind me right now, this guy here has put in the work to make this happen, buddy. In your opinion, Joe, how did this turn out, buddy?
I'm speechless. Like, just to see the crowd last night when Hillbilly Deluxe played.
Yeah.
The band we brought in for Saturday night's live entertainment downtown Kingston at Confederation Park, right with a view of historic City Hall. Like, I'm overwhelmed. It's I was just telling a group of people that this event started, in the backyard, Mark Hunter's backyard, about 4 years ago at his birthday party, and
incredible.
I said, why don't we have a big showcase? Not a tournament trail, because there's a lot of great successful tournament trails out there. The Shootout, the Bait Fuel, the CSFLs, the Atlantic Canada's got a great New Brunswick Bass Tour.
Right.
But why don't we have just one massive standalone showcase with big, big money? And 2 years ago, I wrote the concept for this, and this isn't, I had an idea, but this isn't me. This is the work of all the volunteers, the Mooses, the Joan Hunters, the Doosands, the board of directors at CISA that got behind this idea. When I presented it to these guys, Bob Azumi looked, he's like, that's gonna be a lot of work, man. And we were able to piece it together and put all the right people in place. So my hat's off to all the volunteers and all the staff that made this happen. All of our amazing partners, Milwaukee, the City of Kingston,
Huge,
Yeti,
man.
Eating Wild,
Absolutely.
BKK Hooks, Livingston Lures, John Deere. I'm probably forgetting somebody. It's been a very overwhelming several days.
Absolutely.
I didn't make the cut, but I get to be here and enjoy. And a lot of these guys I've been competing against for, 25 years. So it's kind of cool to watch the sport grow into a way where we've got not one, but 5 Elite Series pros fishing, like, that are Canadian.
Incredible, man.
One of them's from my hometown. And Danny McGarry's actually nipping at becoming the next Elite Series angler, and he's in contention to win this event. So, we'll see how it all shakes out at the end, and what bags and who takes that big check home. But I got goosebumps all over, man. Thank you so much for
thank you,
for
man.
all
Listen,
of this.
It's guys like this folks listening that put things together, like you just said. It's like they started at a birthday party. They talked about it. If you looked around us, if you see this stage in about a half an hour time, it's going to be nuts. Somebody's going to be crowned a $50,000 champion. Buddy, you're a huge part of this event. I can't thank you for having us here. We'll be right back, guys. We're half an hour away. Let's go. Cody, we are here, brother, right behind us right now. Right now, you guys can see that the boys are here and they are about to weigh in. 50 G's on the line, buddy. We got the Johnson brothers behind us right now. What's your take before these guys walk on to the stage?
I think we're going to see the big 30. Everybody's been saying it. They want to see it all weekend. Big 30-pound bag. They had a 29 the first day. I think it's going to happen today. 50 G's. Who's going to pull out this 50 G's?
I feel like the Johnson brothers have a huge advantage coming in day one, 29.8.
Yeah, that's huge.
Day two, 27. Listen, man, these guys are popping. But listen, Ron James is on stage right now, and he was saying that they're predicting 3 teams with 30-plus pound bags. I mean that it's not over.
They were throwing back 5-pounders this morning, so.
You were on the live. You were on the live, and I got to ask you, what did you see?
Lots of fish were getting caught.
Okay.
Lots of fish were getting caught. They were calling in fish left, right, and center, so it was action-packed, and like I said, there was guys calling 5-pounders. So
5-pounders being called. So listen, man, behind us, the boys are rolling in. Check out this crowd, guys, at CISA. What an incredible event that we get to be a part of. Eating Wild is here. Not only are we one of the sponsors for this event, but it's a pleasure for me to be here with you, bro.
Oh yeah,
with you,
awesome.
And to witness all of this. Brother. And we're gonna check out what's happening on the stage. They're gonna crown a champion today in moments, guys. Stick around. We're gonna bring it to you live. And my predictions is Johnson & Johnson's, guys. Let's go. I'm here with Cooper Gallant. He's one of my favorite fishermen. Buddy, I got to ask you a quick question. I know you guys are going to be weighing in fish soon. What was it like fishing with your pops at the CISA Kingston, man?
I got asked that question yesterday morning. I said, sometimes it's a little frustrating.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, it's fun. Me and Dad, like I was saying on stage yesterday, he travels with me all year on the Elite Series.
Right.
But he doesn't get to fish.
Right.
So we usually try and do one tournament of the year, and we always have a good time. We caught some fish today. Dad caught the biggest one of the day.
You know what, man? That's huge.
Fun.
That's huge, man. You fishing with your pops, and he travels with you, like you said, and the fact that you guys got to do this on your home water, man. What's it like looking at this event in Canada for the first time, 50 G's, and you being one of the major guys that are putting us on the map? What's it like looking at that crowd out there?
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Anytime you can go to an event like this and people show up and support the organization is super important to the organization. It means a lot to us anglers, and it's been a great event so far. They put a lot of work into it, and we're already fired up and looking forward to next year. But we're about to weigh our fish. I don't know what we got, but I think it's our best day yet, so see what we got.
See what you got, man. I just want to say thank you to your father, who's taught this man everything that he knows, because if it wasn't for that man right there, I wouldn't be standing here next to this guy, Legend and stuff. Buddy, thank you so much.
Man. Appreciate
it's a pleasure,
it.
And they'll be waiting in there first shortly, guys. We're going to head over to the stage, check it out. My money's on this guy and his pops. Let's go. 50 G's. We're out of here. Eating Wild, guys, we're here with the Joeys. Giuseppe, I had to say that because this is my brother's name, man. I'm Antonio, I got Giuseppe, we're all Italian here. Listen, man, boys, I gotta ask you, man, how was today fishing?
You know what? A lot of fun. Sun finally came out, slicked out. We had a really, really fun time. I don't know if you guys caught us on live, but we were catching them left, right, and center. So, I mean, you can't ask for a much better day than that.
There we go. What was your most productive bait out there today, if you guys don't mind saying?
Honestly, it was kind of a mix between like shaking a minnow out there over some deeper fish and then rolling in shallow, drop shotting various baits. I mean, Senkos worked great too, so we were kind of just alternating with a bunch of baits.
Nice. So I come from a combat sports background where mindset's huge in my line of field. What's your guys' mindset when you're out there fishing in these tournaments? High stakes, 50 grand on the line. what's some of the preparation you guys are doing into this?
Honestly, it's just keep casting is one of them for sure. I mean, you got to stay positive on that. And then there's always one more, especially out here. I mean, we've seen giant bags, right? 29, 30, 31. It's insane out here. So that can happen any cast. And when you get on a roll, you just got to hit them hard while you can. So honestly, like that's just the next thing. There's always one more. Just keep casting.
Awesome, guys. Finally, before we wrap this up, I got to ask you, look at the crowd out here. We're in Canada. We're in home soil. What's it like to fish in these waters and then look out to the crowd like this, man?
That's a great bag of fish. I mean, honestly, this is kind of a dream in a way when you're fishing tournaments in Canada. I mean, we haven't really had a crowd like this. I've never fished in a crowd like this or showed fish in front of a crowd like this. This is kind of surreal, to be honest with you, and I hope we can do it again next year.
Awesome. Well said, boys. Well, congratulations on an amazing tournament. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Good luck going out there.
Thanks, eh?
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys
Good luck,
for everything
guys.
too, eh?
Guys, we're here with the second place finishers, man. This was a huge day to be with these guys. And CISA, Kingston, Cody, we're here with the second place finishers, man. I got to ask you guys, what was it like today? You guys got the biggest bag of the day. What was the difference from today in the last few days?
Today we just went to a new area that we hadn't been to either day, and fish were all in there. I wish we would have went there yesterday. We had a bad day yesterday. Might have ended up winning this one, but can't complain about it. It was a super fun day. We caught a ton of big fish and excited to come back next year.
The first dirty 30 of the tournament. Congrats to that. And what was your most productive bait out there?
The drop shot.
Oh yeah, secret bait.
Secret bait, guys. You guys are taking home some dough. I got to ask you guys before you go, what's it like looking out to a crowd like this in Canada, your home turf here? What do you think and what's going through your mind?
This is crazy for a Canadian tournament with all the money and all the crowd and everyone here. It was incredible. I bet you this tournament's going to be going for a long time with all the support we get, so excited for it.
Awesome, man. Evan Kong, guys, you got your second place finishers right here. Cody.
Good work, boys. Good work.
Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate you. Eating Well podcast, guys. I'm here with the champion, two-time Angler of the Year, Chris Johnson, buddy. Congratulations. Doing it on the home turf, man. I got to ask you something. Looking out to the crowd, I know you've been asked this a million times, but what's it like looking out here at Canadian soil, seeing a crowd like this, an event like this? And you fish in the Elite Series and you see these crowds all the time, but to see it on home soil, what's it like?
It's unbelievable. I don't know if I've ever seen a crowd like this for a fishing tournament in Canada. So great job to all the volunteers, CISA for hosting this, the town of Kingston for putting it together. It's unbelievable, and it's super nice to see a big money tournament in Kingston finally, just in Canada in general, right? So hopefully they're going to have a few more for years to come, but judging by the crowd that was here, I would say there's a good chance.
Absolutely, man. And I just want to say congratulations again. Fishing with your brother, man. I know you guys fish on boats. I know you get this asked all the time. But honestly, fishing with your brother, man, it must have been an amazing feeling. And to bring home the 50 G's, man, it must be great.
Oh, it's unbelievable. This river's been very good to us, especially this year. We've had a lot of success here this year, and this just tops off our season, and it'll be one for the books. We'll never top it. I think this is our fourth win on the St. Lawrence Lake Ontario this year, so this is a good way to end the season on a good note. We're going to put the boats away, and it's probably going to be hunting season here soon.
Hunting season's coming up. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations, guys. That's a wrap. 3 days, CISA, Kingston. What an amazing event. You guys have seen it for the last 3 days. Chris Johnson, Corey Johnson bring home the 50 G's. I had the best time of my life hanging out with all these people, guys. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, listen live on Spotify, Apple. Every Tuesday we drop a new episode. I'm Smash Meleca. We're wrapping out here out of Kingston. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. Catch us next Tuesday.